Welcome Internet to another Reddit story. This one's Tales from Retail. We just hit 500 subscribers. I just want to thank everyone for the continued support and kind words. Let's get into the stories. You open in 13 minutes! So this is happening at this exact moment. I'm in the break room eating my breakfast before my shift starts at 10 a.m. when the whole mall opens. The assistant manager just came back, looks at me with this weird expression, and tells me that there's a lady in the store looking at clothes. AM assistant manager, L is lady. Excuse me, we're not open yet. Well, it's only 13 minutes left until you open. But we're not open yet. She is just speechless at this moment, as these things never happen here. It doesn't bother you if I just go around looking. My assistant manager didn't know what more to say, and just ran back here to tell me. A couple minutes later, my manager comes. She was out smoking. Manager. There's a lady in the store. I know, assistant manager told me. She's in the dressing rooms now. Shouldn't we, like, kick her out or something? My manager just looked super confused and puzzled, and left. The thing is, our gate is only lifted enough for us to duck under to get into the store, so this lady actually had to bend down to get in here. My shift starts now. I just thought this was a funny thing to share. Stories like this happens all the time in retail. Like, I remember a handful of times that the doors would be closed, not locked, the lights would be off or dimmed down, and it'd be like 30-40 minutes after you close, and you'd have people like open the doors themselves and walk in and start shopping, and we have to tell them like, we're closed, and like, oh, we thought you guys were open 24/7. It's like, no, the lights are off, the doors are closed. Like, do you see anyone? Retail theft madness. Mobile formatting apology. I'm sorry for your suffering. I work at a very well-known thrift store. Where I work, it's rather old school in systems still, meaning we have no way of preventing theft other than our own eyes. And the store I work in is one of the biggest in the state I'm in, so we're almost always busy. And most of our theft happens when it's busy. We've had people switch out their old and usually disgusting dirty clothes for ours, including shoes. We've had people cut off tags in the dressing rooms, stuff the clothes in their purses, and just leave. We've had a huge problem with theft. We have it happen daily. The worst but funniest one that comes to mind is one that happened one day while I wasn't working, but was told from a coworker who no longer works there. Apparently we were busy. Surprise, surprise. And a lady was shopping, raising no red flags, but just shopping. We have no theft detectors on our doors. Most thrift stores don't around here. This lady, though, decided that she wasn't even going to hide what she wanted to steal, and just bolted out the door with an armful of clothes. She wasn't seen by an associate. A customer had to tell them what happened. She was never caught either, amazingly enough. The too long didn't read, store has a problem with theft, and a lady stole by walking out the store with a huge armful of clothes and wasn't seen by anyone but the customers, and was never caught. So, I bring up this story to tell you my story. So, the short version of the story is that we had a guy in the store I worked in steal the store's version of an orange soda like every day, rather than steal like Sunkist. Like, if you're gonna steal, go for the good stuff. If you're gonna steal, don't go to a thrift store. Who's stealing at a thrift store? Customer buys running shoes, proceeds to run through Muddy Park, then demands a refund. This happened a while ago at my first job right out of high school, but remembered it today while scrolling the sub. I used to work for a fancy women's fitness clothing company within a concession store of a department store. We had our daily crazies, but this one took the cake. Woman comes in and slams a pair of our most expensive, now extremely muddy, sneakers on the counter, exclaiming, "These didn't fit, I'd like a refund." We explained that we can only accept refunds if the product has clearly not been used and can't be resold or is faulty. Lady wasn't having it. Never have I seen someone rant and rave so empathetically over an item that she clearly used for her morning run. She insisted she hadn't worn them outside when they were completely covered in mud and subsequently making our counter very dirty. Unfortunately, being a big department store that prides itself on customer service, the issue got escalated to higher management, who sighed and just processed it as a refund. So folks, even if you're totally in the wrong, if you yell and scream loud enough, you'll get your way. I don't know why stores have policies if they're just never going to follow them. Like, if you do this once for this lady, she's going to expect it the next time. People don't just say, oh, well, thank you for making an exception this time. I'll never do it again. No, you're just opening up the floodgates. What do you mean I can't return this 5-month-old item? Hi, I've contributed to this Reddit before, so if you've seen my I'm getting evicted tomorrow post, some of the same characters will be on this post. If not, for reference, I work at a chain retail store. Here's the cast. Me is me. Alex is assistant manager. DL is dumbass lady. Wendy is the co-manager, a step below store manager. I'm working at the register and dumbass lady comes up to me and sits her toddler on the counter. Dumbass lady. Hi, I'd like to make an exchange. Me. Alright, do you have a receipt? No, I bought it in January. It's not worn. All the tags are still on it. I'm sorry, but since you bought it in January, it's been over the 30-day return period. But all the tags are still on it, and I just want to exchange it for something I'm going to use. Because I'm not going to use this. It's too small. No ma'am, I'm sorry. I can't exchange it. Can I talk to the manager then? Alex is on another register, so I walk up to him while he's helping another customer. This lady wants to exchange a bralette. She doesn't have the receipt and she says she bought it in January. He just looks at me and goes, no? Yeah, I know. I told her that and she wants to talk to a manager. He comes over and starts talking to her. Alex. Hi ma'am. What can I do for you today? Hi, I just want to exchange this. The tags are still on it and everything. Unfortunately, lingerie is final sale, so I can't take it back. You also bought it in January and don't have the receipt. I didn't even know the bralette was lingerie, let alone a final sale. Yeah, but it's too small and I want to exchange it for something I'm going to use. I'm not going to use this. It hasn't been worn and the tags are still on it, so can I at least get something back? I'm sorry, ma'am, but you can't return or exchange it. Can I talk to someone else then? Alex brings over Wendy and she tells her the exact same thing. Hi, ma'am. I understand you want to exchange the bralette, but lingerie is final sale, and you also bought it in January, which exceeds the 30-day return policy. The dumbass lady has the audacity to say, oh, actually, I think I bought it in March. I'm sorry, but the lingerie is final sale, so we can't exchange it for you. There are apps where you can sell this, or you can give it to a friend, maybe? I don't have friends that would wear this. Ma'am, you can't exchange this. Alright, fine. Wendy and Alex walk away and all dumbass lady is saying now is, oh, that was a waste of time. I'm never shopping with this company again, and you always cancel my orders. And she walks away. Ma'am, you wasted my time for trying to return something that's 5 months old. Well, it's nice to see that people are actually following policy, so that's really good. But, like, what's a bralette? I actually had to look this up. Apparently, this is a bralette. A fancy bra. The more you know. Oh, you'll find out soon enough. I work at a video game store. Usually the customers are great. Sometimes a little needy or demanding. Sometimes angry when they didn't get here in time for the ultra limited collector's edition of whatever AAA title is coming out, which comes with a signed pizza cutter or gilded back scratcher or whatever it is that makes this edition worth more than my average monthly paycheck. Whatever, it's retail. It has its ups and downs. The issue we've seen a lot lately, especially with the advent of digital-only powerhouse Fortnite, is that sometimes parents don't necessarily understand that a game never gets a disc or cartridge release. So, they come in and ask for a game, like Fortnite for example, only for us to tell them that it can only be downloaded digitally. After a brief exchange, they usually clue in and pick up a gift card for whatever platform they're looking to get the game for, and we all move on with our lives. But I wouldn't be posting here if everything always went smoothly, of course. Enter Susan and her daughter. Susan is probably not her real name, but it's what we're going to go with today. Me and my coworker, who I'll call Rose, were in the middle of receiving our daily shipment of wares from our home office. I asked Susan from over the counter if she needed help with anything, and I got no response. Okay, cool. I kept working. A minute later, Susan marches up to the counter. Susan. I'm looking for cattails for the Nintendo Switch. Rose. Very pleasantly sounding and genuinely curious. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Well, then maybe you should educate yourself. Oh, okay, it's gonna be one of those, I muse. I look up cat in my system in Switch titles and I get no relevant hits. Me. Customer service mode up to 11. I don't have anything in my system for cattails. It looks like it may have been a digital-only release. No, you're wrong. They made a physical release for it. Okay, well, if they did, it looks like our company isn't carrying it. At this point, Susan whips out her phone and opens up the Nintendo website, where they list all of their games, including the digital-only ones. See? It's right here. You guys really need to educate yourselves. It's right here for Nintendo Switch, 2DS, and 3DS. It says I can buy it right here. The 2DS and 3DS tabs is only so you can browse 2DS and 3DS titles. This game is only for the Nintendo Switch and is digital only. Then why does it say I can buy it right here, while pointing at a big yellow button? Ma'am, that says buy digital. I can get you a Nintendo eShop card if you want to buy it, but that was never made into a game chip. Susan pauses for a few moments to mull this over. I want your manager's name, and I want your name, while gesturing towards me. Can I ask why? Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Sure, my manager's name is this, and mine is this. Here, let me write that down for you. Have a great day. She snatches the piece of paper from the counter and storms off. I called up my manager and explained everything. His only response was an incredulous, "What the hell?" As far as I know, I haven't been fired for not magically producing this digital-only game from the ether. But I guess I'll find out soon enough. It's good to know that some managers will actually listen to their employees and kind of side with them and be like, wow, that was a crazy story, rather than just side with the customer calling in and complaining that this guy made me feel like an idiot, you know. So sometimes you have good managers like that. Thank you again for joining me on another Reddit story. Like I said earlier, hit 500 subscribers. I'm pretty stoked about that. I just want to thank you guys for being really awesome and pushing me to make more videos. So honestly, I wouldn't be here without you guys. I would have probably quit long ago, but you know, you guys keep me going, so thank you. I also started up my Twitter account again. It's at Kyoto Combat. I have a link on the banner if you guys want to follow me there. I figured it'd probably be easier to retweet a video link or something like that, you know, because hey, I want to get this channel to grow. So I just want to say thank you, and if you liked what you saw, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, later kids.